Hello everyone, welcome back. It's Merlin here with the second of the 4 videos I'd hoped to complete in regarding getting 100% reputation in Robin Hood Sherwood Builders. This particular video is regarding the Sherwood Forest region with the Peak District and Midlands to come. Now they will take a little while because I've kind of paused the game at the moment because I'm concentrating on other games, but we will attack them in due course as well. But for the time being, we've already done the Barnsdale, which hopefully I've had looked at, and then now we're going to concentrate on Sherwood Forest. Now, a lot of the things I mentioned in the first video are very similar in regards to what you need to do. So, for example, relating to gaining percentages, make sure you go to the 4 warehouses that are dotted around the region, and obviously make sure you get the stolen goods. You don't always get the percentage from the warehouses because sometimes they're used for a task as well and sometimes they're not, and if they're not you might not get the percentage until you hand in the stolen goods to the stewards. Now there's more than one steward in this region, so you can go to whichever steward is available. You could split them, doesn't matter. I think there is a steward, if I zoom in, there's a steward in Conisborough, and I believe there's another one in Maltby, and there might even be a third. There's a third in Roche Abbey. So there are several around here. Wherever you happen to be, when you hand them in, it doesn't matter where you hand them into the steward. You know, the same rules apply. If you sell them, you don't get the percentage. The executions are the same as well in the past. The fact that whenever you see the cross, so these little crosses here, it means that you need to obviously free a convict, and there are again 4 of those dotted around the region. So when you're looking at a map and you think, oh, have I completed all the tasks? See if you can see any of those crosses, because once you've done them, they go. If you've still got them, then you know you haven't finished them. So again, same sort of thing. When you free the convict that's been saved, make sure you don't take the gold that they offer you. Just stick with the reputation. And again, as before, you have the camps themselves, and also the routes, the orange route and also the yellow routes. The yellow route being the tax collectors, and the orange routes being the convoys. Okay, and again, in one of the convoys there is, I believe, a further stolen goods. You should, again, in theory, have 5 stolen goods. So you got so there's an orange one down here. Same rules apply in regards to once you've done the camps, you will know with the green flag. So again, you'll know exactly what you need to do on that. Now, in regards to the number of camps, I believe, if I count correctly, there are 11 camps in this region. And they are split, something like, I think it's about 3 or 4 Sons of Adam. There's about 2 or 3, I think 3 waived, and a lot of the de Grey ones, as you see here, de Greys. Okay. So yeah, they're dotted around, but there's about 11. So again, if you find yourself at the end short of percentage, just go around, zoom in, just make sure that each of the camps and warehouses have got a green flag against them, as they were with the Barnsdale one. Now, there is one thing you need to be made aware of. In this area over here, the access to the Waived Camp is around this area. There's a door on a ledge. So you walk around the ledge and you'll see a gated door. No, just an ordinary door. It needs a key. Now, the only way you can get the key is completing the Grave Robbers quest in the Peak District. Now, obviously, I haven't made a list of that yet, but what I would say is when you're doing the quests in the Sherwood Forest, also do some of the quests, or have a look at some of the quests in the Peak District and see whether or not it comes up with Grave Robbers, because you need to do that one first before you can access this camp. Because if you haven't got a key, you can't get in. If you can't get in, you can't complete the task. So that just gives you an idea of what you need to do to get past the camps. So now, what happens with regards to main and side quests? Now, with the first section, with Barnsdale, Tok would have given you a main quest line. And at the end of that quest line, he would have then sent you to 3 different people, 1 in each region. So you'd have, in the Peak District, you would have someone by the name of, escapes me what it is now, but they'll be dotted around in this sort of area, and you have to keep going. But I think his surname is Hale, I think it is. And so you have to visit him once. You're then in Nottingham. You would see someone in the centre of Nottingham. So you've got to kind of try and get in somehow without being seen. It can be a little bit difficult, but there are ways in that you can do it. So again, I came in this way and this way, and you just kind of try and get yourself to those areas, and kind of so you've got signposts that save, and each time then you can then come back, and it's in this centre where the church is. So it's Deferias. You have to go into the church to see, and go down in the basement to see someone by the name of Deferias, and that's the third person. And eventually what will happen is that with each of these three regions, the big quest line will be to literally conquer the whole of Nottingham. So conquer all four regions. And in the Sherwood Forest is the Conisbrough Castle, and in the Peak District is the Sandal Castle. Now with both of these, you cannot access the main quest line to conquer the castle until you've gone at least 40% and you've done certain quests, and then obviously you will be kind of, your storyline will take you that direction. So we're going to concentrate obviously on Sherwood Forest, so it would eventually be in Conisbrough Castle. Now this doesn't give you a percentage towards your reputation, it just is part of the main quest line, but it will help you in other side quests to do first to get to that point. So again, we're going to go in a kind of clockwise motion, and we're going to start over on this side, on the eastern side. Linden Castle is pretty much your first port of call. Where has it gone? Linden Castle. Down here somewhere. There we go. Because this is the one of the guys you'll see. And basically he will give you, I believe, 3 of the quests that you will need. And there's also one just outside. So just around this sort of area here, northwest of the castle. In fact, might even be a little bit further forward than here. It's called IC Sign. So it's I and then C, S-E-E. And then signs, that's the first one. The 3 that are inside or are given to you in Linden Castle are the Hunter Above All Hunters, the Haunted Manor, and cleaning up after them. So the clean up after them, it takes place just where we see west of the castle, so somewhere around here, I believe. The Haunted Manor sends you to Creswell Crags, which is down here, to try and speak to Alan Adele, and then there's a few things you need to do from that. And the Hunter Above All Hunters literally is going to, I believe, this area here where the doe grounds are, because there is a special type of elk that you need to find as part of a quest line as well. So those are the main ones that come out of Linden Castle that will take you around there. The next one down is Maltby. So you go into Maltby and there will be a quest line saying when the hunger pang strikes. So there's one there. You then head down to Roche Abbey, which is this one down here in the bottom right hand corner. And the main task for Roche Abbey is to retake the abbey itself, which means you have to get in somehow. There are some ways of getting in through platforms, etc. And then you have to complete the main kind of rescue, so to speak, or retake the abbey, and that's kind of like a biggish task that will get you through there. Once you've done it once, you have to do it again, so you're okay on that point. But obviously it gives you access then to a lot of traders, high level traders especially. So things like if you want bear leather and wolf leather and all that sort of thing for the hunter, or herbalist if you want specialist kind of herbs. Where it says the number 3 signifies the level of trader themselves, so it's good to get in there. You then, just outside of Roche Abbey, it's called the Colour of Hope. Now this is a hidden one. There's no orange signification on this one. It's in this area here. And basically you just have to kind of free someone from bandits. So that's one of the first hidden ones you'll see. The second hidden one is called the Wrong Fairy Tale. And that, I believe, is around this sort of area here. So you come out of the abbey and you go along the river, on the road, and around this sort of area, near to where this signpost is, you will have someone else that's a hidden one that you need to sort out or help out. Right at the very south of the region, around sort of this sort of area, if I zoom out a bit, there we go. So, don't move. Yeah, so somewhere around this sort of area, you will then have one with called Letter with No Address. So again, that's an orange one signified. And Stolen Relic is the next one, which is west of Creswell Crags. So you go into Creswell, And just outside there's a small camp, and they need to go. In fact, I think you will need to go to a camp, if memory serves me right. If it isn't a camp, it's definitely something close by that you will need to recover a relic from. In fact, it's actually inside a cave. I think it's down here. So when you go along the waterfront somewhere along here, there will be a way in, like a cave, and you need to go in there for that one. So the ones that are left, you have one called Sherwood Wall of Women, and now I believe, if memory serves me right, it's supposed to be. I made a note east of a Waived Camp, but I couldn't remember if it was this one or this one. I think it might well be this one up here, but I'm not 100% certain. But I know it's definitely close to a Waived Camp, and again, it will be signified by an orange blob. In Matlock itself, you will have the titled one, Heavy in the Head. So there's one in Matlock that you need to sort out. And there is one in the mine. It's an unknown ore mine, which is right up here. Now, the blob itself will look like it's in the Barnsdale region. It's not part of Barnsdale. So you need to come into the mine here, work yourself through to free the person out of here. Okay, so this is where it is, the unknown ore, and it's called the Trader in Spices. So you go into the mine, you get partway through, and then the quest starts. It says Trader in Spices quest, and then you finish off there. The remaining ones, you will be heading to Conisborough. So literally, this is Conisborough Castle, so this is Conisborough. And these are could make a tailor blush, the spices must flow, and dice hard. All three of them will be within here. There's an execution in here as well, just to make you aware. So it kind of all deals with the same sort of thing. Now, as I said before, once you get to 40% and you've spoken to the guy at Linden Castle, he will then start the chain of motion so you can get into Conisborough Castle. And this is a big quest to deal with. So once you start it, you won't be able to do anything else. You've got to, you've got to kind of focus on the fact being is get yourself prepared both with armor and weapons and that, because once you've started this task, you cannot kind of come out and go and do other tasks and come back to it. So that pretty much deals with your 100% on the Sherwood Forest. So therefore then, after 2 videos, you should have 2 regions completed. And then that leaves you with the other 2 regions, which is Peak District, which is over here, and obviously Nottingham, which is down here. Okay. Now, as I said before, I'm currently paused playing the game at the moment because I'm on to other games at the moment. So I've kind of taken this one to back seat. So the Peak District video will not be available just yet, and neither will the Nottingham one, because you can see there's quite a few of these orange blobs that I've even yet to focus on, let alone get involved in. Peak District, I believe I'm on about something like 80%, so I'm not far away. As you can see, a lot of the camps have been done. In fact, I think pretty much, there's 2 up here that I need to finish off quest-wise. I think one's the archery tournament and something else on there. But I have completed the Sandal Castle, because you cannot get to this area until you complete Sandal Castle. And this area gives you your meteorite, which gives you your platinum. So you need to complete this as soon as you can. So again, my recommendation is that if you're doing the Sherwood Forest one, start doing some of the Peak District ones as well, to get yourself to a point where you can get into the better mine and get the better ore, so you can then get the better weapons and armor. But other than that, I hope you've enjoyed. If you've got any questions on what we've explained so far, so in other words, you want me to go over in a question what it is that you've that I've discussed about, I'm more than happy to do that. And again, in the description, I will list each of the quest titles so you can see them for yourself. But other than that, thank you again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you soon.